Hey guys, Wendy and Les here.
Hello!
Hello!
So this video is kind of by request.
Yes.
We had a few viewers that are thinking of moving into the province from out of the province, and they were asking about the Redhead area.
Yes.
We have done Redhead video before, so please do watch that.
But it was in the winter time.
Now the biggest negative about Redhead area is that you kind of have to drive past the industrial part to get there. So
Yes.
we're doing that and to show full disclosure what the area is like.
Yes. And so for those who live in the neighborhood, many people don't care about driving past this area. It's not a big deal to them because Redhead is gorgeous. Like it is a beautiful area right on the Bay of Fundy. There's the refinery here that we're going to pass. So it is a bit of an eyesore driving past this area. But like I said, Redhead is such a gorgeous area that, you know what, a lot of people, it just doesn't faze them. They don't care because to the right of us is all water. And so a lot of people have seen properties coming up here over the last little while, and they tend to be a little less expensive than the rest of the city. And I think it's just because of the location. So there's no bus service out in Redhead. But just to let you know that the area itself is just amazingly beautiful. Like, look at that. The tide is out at the moment and we're in full bloom. So I'm going to try to get you as many views as possible. But this is a beach that people come to at low tide. But at high tide, it can lick the whole breakwater rocks at the end. But people walk their dogs down here. It's lovely. And straight ahead there, that's uptown.
Now, in the effort again of full disclosure, while we were driving past the refinery, which Wendy showed, I could smell it. People are always asking, can you smell all this stuff? Well, you have to be close to it, I think, mostly to smell it, but I could smell it when we drove by.
And I could taste it.
Yeah. I
always taste it. Les always smells it. I always taste the sulfur, which isn't that nice. But this area here is beautiful. Now here, it's kind of like the west side where you get a lot of breeze off of the Bay of Fundy. So as far as smelling or tasting the refinery in this area, you won't. Just because it's going to be more wind than anything here. You won't be able to see anything here.
I'm pulling over to let the guy pass me.
Oh, I see.
For anyone who doesn't know, my beautiful wife is also a beautiful backseat driver.
I'm a pretty good one too, though.
So some people, when the tide is high, the water comes right into this area, but the tide is totally out right now, so
Yes.
there's nothing to see. But just further to what we were saying about the smells and tastes and everything, we're long past that now. You have, like you say, you have to be close to it, or the wind has to be blowing a certain way. It's not offensive, like horrifically. It's just something you notice from time to time. And the same goes on the west side for the pulp mill. We smell it from time to time if the wind's blowing just the right way, but
Not very often.
not very often. It's not offensive. It's just something, oh, you can smell the pulp mill today. And it's rare. But, for those of you who are out of province and you ask questions and you deserve honest answers, so from time to time these things, you can smell them, but it's not in a way that's going to, change your life. It's just, you notice it for a while.
Yeah.
So, you're going to try to keep the...
It outside?
Yeah.
I'll try, but when it's windy, I can't keep the camera straight.
The first video we did of the Redhead area, it's got a lot of glare through the windshield. So we're going to try to keep the glare down. Might not be possible, but as Wendy said, this area tends to be less expensive. There is some erosion along the waterfront, so if you look at oceanfront properties along here, be aware of that. And it doesn't have transit service. I think they do tend to get some power outages, so if you were to buy a home in this part of town, you might want to have a little portable generator or something. But it is does have some beautiful oceanfront vistas.
A lot of these properties also, just so you know, a lot of them do have erosion issues. So there's no waterfront properties here, even though there's some on the ocean. You don't have access to the water from any of the properties here. And then you always have to do your due diligence, of course, and make sure that there's no erosion issues, because your property would not be worth anything if it starts to erode due to some of the storms that come in. Make sure you have a realtor that is, informative and, or informed, I should say, and they will help you through the process if you're thinking about buying a home out here. If you need a realtor who will always work with your best interest in mind. We do have one, so just reach out to us if you need a realtor. She's very good. She's helped a lot of people move out of province into the province, and she's very well versed in this area, and she knows about flood zones, and
she helped a couple of people to not buy this house.
Yes, that's right. It was for sale.
And we had a couple of subscribers that were interested in it, but it is the house itself, she said, was a shitstorm, and the property itself is suffering from erosion. So while it looks charming and everything, and people loved it, in their best interests, it wasn't a good purchase.
That's right. So there's major erosion issues for this particular house. The cliffside is giving way. And we do get tail ends of, we usually get tropical depression storms here. And so that's an issue along here.
Very cute house, very
cute
full
house.
of character, but not a place that would be necessarily good for anyone to purchase.
Yes.
Although somebody did.
Yes, they did.
So we're going to just take a little tour through this one neighborhood. I don't know what it's called. People get mad at us. We name everything wrong. But Harborfront or something like that. I don't know.
We don't know.
But there's a nice convenience store here. There's no bus service, so this convenience store becomes a lifesaver to people, that, especially during a storm or something. Mm-hmm. And this is a popular little neighborhood. The homes are quite inexpensive here. And there's playgrounds and a good community feel.
Yeah, cute little bungalows everywhere. There's a few split level homes here for families, and the people who live here just love it here. And to tell you the truth, we actually considered moving to this area when we first came into town, because we like being close to the Bay of Fundy, and there's some really good priced homes out here that offered a lot of value. And for me, it just came down to I didn't want to drive past the refinery every time I came in and out of this area. So we came close to purchasing a place out here, but we decided the west was probably going to work better for us.
West is best.
West is best.
I just feel like there's a slight feeling of being removed from the city here. And, for people that don't like being in cities, that's fine.
Yeah.
We wanted to be in the city.
We did. And we like, going out for a beer once in a while, and, grabbing some takeout and stuff. And so, we do like the city conveniences, that this area you kind of have to drive somewhere in order to do that, where we can walk from our place.
Yeah, you're very car dependent here. There's nowhere to walk to and nowhere to drive to, or nowhere to no buses to take you.
That's right. But the homes here are beautiful, as you can see. They're newer homes compared to the rest of St. John. And so they're very well taken care of. The area is well manicured. All the lawns are beautiful, and the lots are just well tended to. And so there's a lot of pride of ownership out here, as you can see. So this is not a bad area to live in at all. Like it's actually quite cute.
And you do get the ocean breezes here.
Yes. And that's big for us. We love the ocean breezes because in the summertime it keeps it nice and cool. And so sleeping is comfortable for us. And then in the wintertime it keeps, where some inland areas have tons of snow, some of ours, our winter weather actually is like a little more rain and less snow. So it's nice living by the Bay of Fundy for those reasons. It's not as cold either in the winter, not as warm in the summer.
And as we're trying to mention more of this because it is summer now, and it is in a lot of parts of the country. It's hot as hell.
Yeah.
And here, like where we are right now, it's 18 degrees because we're right by the bay. It was 23 in St. John, 22, 23. It's been that way for days and days and days. We had that one foggy day where it was about 18 degrees. We've had a couple of days up as high as 25, but for several weeks now, we've been in a 20 to 25 degree range, and the weather with the breezes coming in is just phenomenal to live in. Because let's face it, we do videos for people that are thinking of living here, and the temperature is a huge factor in your quality of life, and the temperature here has given us a great quality of life.
Yes. There are some nice homes along here for sure. We actually came out here to look at one with your brother when he was out here for a visit. It was very nice.
Yeah, it was another older home, though I don't think it had the same erosion problems, but it did have some old house issues.
Yeah, it was farther away from the end of the cliff, but it was still on a cliff side. It just wasn't as close as some of the other homes, so it wasn't such a big deal.
There's, I think there's a couple of other little neighborhoods around here. The names escape me, but it's a very charming, quiet, community-oriented area. Mm-hmm. And if we were to keep going, which we're not going to because we're going to end the video, but if we were to keep going, we would hit Misspec Beach, which is a beautiful and popular beach right on the Bay of Fundy. Great for walking. There's trails around it, and for sunning yourself, it's a nice lovely beach. Mm-hmm. But we're getting away from the ocean right now, so we'll wrap up this video. Hope it helped any of you who were had questions about the Redhead area.
And if you have any more questions, just reach out, because we did actually do a little bit of research on this area when we were purchasing in town, so it's a nice area. I like it. All right, so are we gonna wrap it up?
We're wrapping.
We're gonna wrap it up. So we are in Redhead, which is a little spot. It's considered in St. John. So, oh, there's water over there. Look, beautiful. But we definitely are Westies, and we love St. John. We'll see you next time.